Minnesota Congressman, former presidential candidate himself, Dean Phillips, is here. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Leland.
Did we see last night the ill effects of Kamala Harris not having been forced to go through the primary that you wanted Democrats to go through?
Well, it was pretty clear, I have been for a long time, that I want to see competition. I still would have liked, even after Joe Biden stepped down, to see Democrats inspire a competition. But I thought it was quite remarkable that in 72 hours that Kamala Harris consolidated Democratic support in the way she did. And I'll tell you, having visited with a lot of my colleagues last night, we were cautiously optimistic about last night's debate. Most of us were pretty blown away by her performance.
Blown away, okay.
So very objectively,
okay.
and equally surprised by his pathetic performance. So those are my two truths.
As we started off the show, lots of things can be true at once.
Yeah.
That the deck was stacked against him with the moderators, and at the same time, he didn't perform so well. Here was Megyn Kelly on that issue. Take a listen.
She was permitted to come out there and say that she hadn't reversed herself on fracking. Lindsay Davis, Miss Fact Checker, nothing. She moved on. She gave this long answer about how she'd never changed her position on fracking. There was no follow-up. She was also permitted to say that she hadn't changed her position on gun buybacks, mandatory gun buybacks.
For swing voters that this is going to come down to, those things matter that she didn't have to answer for. I'm going to turn it around. Yeah. Did the moderators do her a disservice by not pushing her harder?
Well, first of all, the moderators should push. And look, Donald Trump lies all the time. And for those who are saying it was unfair, the cards were stacked against him, I mean, come on. When you lie the way he does, I think he should be called out. Do I believe they could have challenged her on those two issues? Yes, there's absolutely.
Well, also challenge her on the fact that she said she wants criminal aliens to have sex change operations paid for at taxpayer expense, on and on.
At the end of the day, and we know this, Leland, people just want a politician to acknowledge. Look, we're human. We make mistakes. We change. When we learn, we change. I wish they would push, and it would serve her well to say, look, I've changed my position over the years, rather than ignore or deflect.
Well, she says, though, she hasn't, right? Because she wants to have it both ways. My values haven't changed, but now I'll say this. I'm seeing your eyes move a little bit. The body language expert would have fun with that.
I should be more stoic. Look, we live in a political era where people modify their positions all the time. Look, Donald Trump, he wrote her a campaign check, for goodness sakes. He was very pro-choice, and now he's not. So look, people change. Last night, though, was a real representation of two extraordinarily different people. I was eager to walk on the limb and call out my own party, as I thought they were hiding the truth about Joe Biden. And it cost me a lot. You know that. The fact of the matter is now it's the other side's turn. Donald Trump is going to be 82 years old. He's clearly losing a step. And the whole nonsense last night about dogs and cats, I mean, this is a man who's got to make decisions about nuclear war, about treaties with foreign nations, and lead this country. And he was serious about that last night. So at the end of the day, I think it was actually a pretty interesting debate. I think the moderators did a better job than most have done. But at the end,
really? Come on!
I was pretty impressed, actually. I was pretty impressed.
Well, as a Democrat, I'm not surprised. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
We're going to play back and forth. We just have a few minutes. Soundbite: Kamala Harris saying she owns a gun, and then at one point her saying there has to be mandatory buybacks. Take a listen.
This business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away. So stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
Okay.
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program. It's got to be smart. We got to do it the right way.
Yeah, a mandatory buyback program, and I'm a gun. Nobody wants to take guns away. Which is it? You got 20 seconds.
Look, it's a little incongruent. I have to say that. The truth is, I don't know Democrats who want to take. I mean, I know a few, but I don't think she wants to take guns away. I think that
she told us she did.
But the notion of a mandatory buyback, of course, that seems a little incongruent. And look, to your point, yes, the moderators should have challenged her on some of those questions. I think that's totally reasonable. I don't think they were unfair, because I think Trump lies a lot more. But yes, that's what I think voters deserve, and I think it's shameful that we might just have one debate.
That's the real
in this whole time, and that to me is the issue, more, not less.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.